Well, back. Like I was saying, this is the third part of the Red Indian myth. Yeah, that's right. I said it. The Red Indian myth. To my viewers, like-minded or non like-minded people, I take issue with this Red Indian. I grew up. I grew up in the northeastern part of the Bronx, New York, and grew up, people believing I was Spanish. I was adopted, um, and the whole Spanish thing, Puerto Rican, Dominicans, indigenous peoples, Taino, Arawak Indian mix. I tell one thing. I'm mixed. I'm not mixed up. You know, uh, being separated from my family, my entire family, not knowing, having a shred of information about who I was very traumatic for me for many years. Not knowing, having people ask you for so many years, what are you mixed with, and not being able to have an answer. It was hard. It was really hard, but it gave me the burning desire to know. If there is anyone else out there like myself, I have gone or is going through that, don't give up. Don't give up. Pursue your and um, don't fall short. I didn't. It took me 17 years. I started when I was maybe 11, 12, when I found out that I was adopted, and I found my family when I was 25. I didn't give up. So I would also suggest to anyone else who's going through something like that. But again, for my particular, um, biography, it was hard, but I came through it, and I'm still coming out of it, as a result. So again, just reflecting off of part two, now into part three of the Red Indian myth. Uh, people say, well, if Indians aren't red, then what are they? Huh. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting because we never called ourselves Red Indians. We never even called ourselves Indians. We never called this North America because there were over 500 nations of Indians in North America, or should I say indigenous peoples that were native to this particular geography. So what worried? We were Penobscot, Narragansett, Lakota, Dakota, Nakota. We were Yuchi. We were Yaqui. We were Miami. We were Seneca. We were Mashpi, Wampanoag. The names. The list goes on. We were Pequot. The list goes. If you asked us, who are your people? Chalagi. Oh, that's who we are. We Cherokee, which is also a misnomer by the Europeans. Just like they went into the Caribbean, they asked the Taino and the Arawak Indians in what's now called Jamaica. They say, "What's the name of your country?" They says America, America, because the J was silent, so the English said Jamaica. I tell my Jamaican friends, some of them know it, some of them don't. But that's not the point. Is that how did this color issue come into being? Why is it so important today that we are be identified as red people when we never had this problem 600, 700, 800 years ago? There was no issue of color. So now all of a sudden there's an issue. That's because the European made it an issue. And now we are grappling with it to this very day. It seems like it's in our our blood now. I hate to have to point that out, but it's the truth. You can cut it, slice it, throw it up. It's the same. Our people naturally were not divisive. Our people naturally did not deal with issues of color. We dealt with what was in your. Martin Luther King said he dreams of a day where we'd be judged by the contents of a man's character, and his deeds, not by his color. So here we are today, feuding and identity, and because so many different peoples have been fused together now, people are scared to lose their identities. Okay, fine, I understand that. Because so much has been lost, so people are naturally afraid that if I mix with this person, or I mix with that person, I'm going to lose my cultural identity. Well, North American Indians shouldn't be so fearful, because when the Europeans came amongst us, we opened our doors to them. Firstly, because we are a non-warlike people. 99.9% of us are non-warlike people. We did not engage. If we saw someone, kill them. No, it didn't go down like that. Especially if you were destitute, in trouble, and hungry, you needed help, we offered our help. We were like the Good Samaritan. If we saw you on the side of the road, we came to your aid. That's what we did when the Europeans came, especially when the Pilgrims, when they came here and they were destitute up in Massachusetts, Boston, all them places up there. We helped them, just like in the South with some of the Spanish conquistadors when they came in. When we saw some of them when they came from off their ships, whether they had crashed, because their boats got too close or they weren't anchored properly, we helped them. We helped them because naturally we were a loving and giving people. We opened our arms to help these people. What did we get in return? We got stabbed in the back. We got raped. And we got dispossessed. And my problem in today is a lot of Indians, and some people are going to take this the wrong way. Please bear with me as I make a historical reference. George Bush once said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, he couldn't get it right. Shame on me. So here we go again. I'm going to make an example. Jack Abramoff. I'm digressing a little bit. Bear with me. I know I've been doing it since the first part, but this all correlates. Jack Abramoff, dealing with the Native American Indians, called Native American Indians monkeys. Some Indians running around here, I can't believe he said that. Are you serious? These people don't care, especially the corporate, the elite, the more progressive white people in this country. They don't care about us. They never did. There's only been a few that have actually come forward to help our people and to offer any serious substantial help with regards to our people suffering on the reservations, and throughout this hemisphere, on the issues of indigenous rights, and our ownership of this land, because we are the true original owners of this land who have been dispossessed. No different than the Palestinians in Palestine with the occupation by the Zionist Jews. So there's no difference there. It's actually a mirror image almost. Only difference is they're still fighting. They're still fighting. We have given up practically. Left to our reserves. Some of us, and this is another reason why, and people don't understand. They say, well, some indigenous peoples have left the reservation and gone and married others. So what? They had to survive. They went to survive. Now, the problem is today is that we have married an image of white people that some of them have taken front and center stage. And that the image that's being projected around the world is that, oh, Indians are white now. There's no red Indians anymore. They're white. There's no brown Indians no more. They're white. There's no black Indians. Yes, I said it. There's no black Indians because the original Indians were black, which I have illustrated in part 1 and part 2. And I will show some more illustrations here again if you missed it in part 1. Part 2, again, it's indigenous peoples. That's black. I don't care what their hair texture is. That's black. Okay, you can see that these Indians are from Paraguay, but that's a different part of the world. So if you want to get specific, well, I can show you some pictures of some indigenous peoples. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Okay, I think these. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here we go. This is from a book called Indian Spirit. Here we go. Can we get that close in? Oh, look. Where's that man red? Huh? Hmm? Brown skin. Look like my grandfather. Okay? All right, now. That's just one picture. I'm gonna speed and scroll along here. Oh, Henmatoya Alaki. Chief Joseph. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's another picture and one more just to put the icing on the cake. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Black Kettle from the Lakota Indians. Huh. Another Indian who I have, oh Lord, I might have taken his picture out of here and given it to my daughter for her project in school. Black Kettle or Black Elk. Dark skin, I'm talking about cold, chocolate cold black. But these people today, they won't call him, here we go. This is High Bear from the Hunkpapa of the Lakota. Good. Can you get a close up there? Where is this man red? Somebody please explain this to me. Huh? Where is this man red? Can you see that? That's close enough picture? Okay. I have some other pictures here. Give it a few more. Okay. Dark skin. Okay. Now you get the general idea that this fabrication was made up for the sole purpose of deceiving. Now we have people today, because this corresponds and correlates to what is going on today within the indigenous communities, particularly in the Midwest and some eastern tribes, particularly the some of the Cherokees, which I'm a part of, not born into, in terms of the reservation or the sovereign territories where they are positioned today. No, because my family separated, for whatever reasons, 100 years ago, because of one mixed with one of my family members who was native mixed with black African American, or quote Negro at that time. And I take offense to that word. Only because of its definition. So my great grandparents, you were, because of that union, were left out. Now here's the double standard. Indians who married white people were not left out of that equation. Huh? I'm gonna say it again. Indians who married into white families were not left out of that equation and were more easily accepted into the community. Why is that? What was it about black people that people are fearful of? Look at me. My father's black. He's brown skin, light brown skin. My father has kinky hair, right? It's funny, ironically enough, when my father was a young boy and I saw a picture of him with absolute amazement, his hair was straight. I saw a picture of my father, I think he was in maybe the fourth grade, the fifth grade, straight here. Me, look, see this? This is my hair. This is my hair. My hair is semi-coarse, right? I have no what do you call it? No perm, no relaxer, nothing in my hair. My hair is very thick, but this is my hair. I get this from my mother's side and my father's side. I came out with different texture hair from my mother. And my father hair, my mother's hair is a little bit like mine, a little more coarser than mine, right? But my grandmothers on both sides of my family are of indigenous descent. So here we go again with the variations. Indigenous peoples likened to white people because they want to keep the straight hair texture. They want to keep this color thing going on, which is contradictory. Which is contradictory. Bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry.